Thanks for taking action and getting the 12-week year. Today I want to talk to you about thinking. You know, this whole program is designed to help you get better results in your life. And so for some of you, it's weight loss. For others, it's paying down some debt or increasing your income or building your relationship, whatever it is. But we've been talking about results. And one of the things I want you to understand is there's a powerful framework that as you understand that really will help you perform at a higher level. Our results are driven by our actions. Think about that. Every time you take an action, it produces a result. Now, it may not be what you want, but it produces something. The key is, though, why do we act the way we act? And if you're like me, your spouse probably asks you that daily. Geez, why do you do that? But think about that for a minute. And what feeds into the way we act? What influences the way we behave? Well, there's our goals and desires certainly do. Our environment, the training, education we have, upbringing, imprinting. So there's a lot of things that really factor into the way we behave. Ultimately, though, all of that comes together to form our thinking. And so it's our thinking that drives our actions that creates our results. Ultimately, folks, our thinking creates our results in life. And why this is so powerful is because so often we focus in on the actions. And we say, you know what, take this new action, it'll create a different result, which is true. But if it's incongruent with our underlying thinking, we won't stay in a state of incongruency. So if you've ever had something where you've tried a new action and then you only to revert back to the old action, what's going on there more than likely is your underlying thinking doesn't support the new action. Breakthroughs happen when the thinking shifts. Ultimately, your thinking is creating your results in life in every area of life. And so if you want to change the results you're getting, you have to change your thinking. You have to shift your thinking. Now, here's an interesting stat. Researchers have shown that about the average person has about 50,000 thoughts a day, right? 50,000 thoughts that are either taking you the direction of your vision or away from it. Here's the scary part. 90% of those are repeats from yesterday. Did you catch that? 90% of them are repeats. So how are you going to create a different result with the same thinking that you had yesterday? If you're going to create true breakthrough in your life, you've got to begin to think differently. Breakthroughs happen at the thinking level. So we're going to come back to this framework throughout the 12 weeks, but I just want to familiarize you with it, get you starting to think about your thinking. Because typically we're pretty conscious of our actions. Our thinking is fairly unconscious. It's like water to a fish. But the more you can notice your thinking, the more you can be conscious of your thinking, then the easier it will be to shift that. And you've all had that times when you've had an epiphany and things change, like boom. That's the exception. What you're going to find through this program is most often when you're trying to improve in certain areas, what will happen is you'll begin to open up a kind of a crack in your thinking, begin to think a little differently, support it with some new actions. So over the next 12 weeks, we're not just going to talk about the actions, we're also going to talk about the underlying thinking. Because like so many things in life, it's not an either or, it's a both and. So always be trying on your life bigger than what it is today, more compelling in all the areas that matter. And take a look at the thinking that is creating the results you want, that's leading in the direction you want. Also look at the thinking that's holding you back and begin to shift that. All right, have a great day. The action for today is just notice your thinking. Notice about where it's empowering you and it's leading you towards the vision and your goals. Notice where it's limiting you and begin to shift that.